What is up, party people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers Daily World Cup edition. And what a day it was yesterday in the Copa Mundial. Paraguay stun Germany. What a day, because now it is a national holiday down in Paraguay. What an absolute stunning victory. And we have to, of course, big up my man, Gabriel Martinelli, with the late dagger to beat the Japanese and get that one over the line. And of course, the Dutch. The Dutch are gone. The Germans and the Dutch go in one day. I certainly did not have that on my bingo card. Oh my goodness, the tournament, the knockout stages are definitely cooking now, baby. And of course, I got my man Nez and Asif here in the building this morning. How we doing, gents?
Great, man.
Great, man. Great day of football. And looking forward to some more games today. Yesterday was. If I'm okay to start on this, if you want to start, it's totally fine as well.
Go for it.
But yeah, the games yesterday, that shocker with Paraguay. I thought when Noah made that save, I thought, oh, they're gonna go on to win this. I really did think that once he made that save, I thought, because they had chances, Paraguay had the chances and they missed the chances, and then I thought like, oh, now I thought they were gonna go on to win it, but who would have thought the Germans messed up in penalties? That's like they have.
That's never happened. That's literally never happened ever.
Great record in penalties. So,
Asif, it's perfect. It's not really great. It's perfect. They've never lost a World Cup penalty shootout ever until yesterday. So smash up the likes and subscribe to the channel for the Paraguayans in the penalty shootout. Man.
Like I say, I was not expecting it. They've beaten us plenty of times on penalties, for example. So back in Euro 96, I believe, and that was one of them. And sure. Yeah, so I was surprised, and I think we mentioned yesterday that the odds for the Germans against the Paraguayans were like way out of whack. So, and the Paraguayans had more of a chance than the bookies were advising. So, yeah, I thought that was really something. And all big ups to the Paraguayans. I think, I hope they enjoy the national holiday. Don't think they're going to get further than the next round. So I hope. No, that's just.
I mean, that's what Germany said. Just saying.
Look, like I say, Jake.
Just throwing it out there.
The Germans and the French are two totally different levels. I've been calling it, and I know. Who's the guy who came on yesterday? Who was in the KC?
Excuse me.
One of the guys who were commenting yesterday, and he was saying Germans will beat.
SC Kingdom. Yeah,
Kingdom.
I hope he shows up at some point.
Like, nah. But the guy. Those guys couldn't even get past the Paraguayans, never mind the French. So there you go. I'm not saying they're going to get decimated. I'm not saying Paraguayans, but I don't think...
I am.
I don't think they're going to get past the French. Yeah. And just touching on the next game as well, with the Moroccans, I called it. I did say Morocco yesterday. Nez called it as well.
He doesn't remember that.
He doesn't remember.
The days are running together.
He did agree with me. So
he did call it. Hey, take your props, Nez. You called it, man.
I don't remember, but okay.
I did. You did agree with me when. But I was saying, I was saying the Moroccans, the heat, etc., would suit them a little bit more. I thought they played. I thought they did really well to get back into the game after they're going down 1-0. I thought Gakpo, it was a great moment for Gakpo, taking nothing away from him. It was a goal, and you could see from his celebrations, it meant a lot to him. And
That was big for Gakpo.
Yeah.
Like I said in the chat, man, these guys are still humans at the end of the day, and human stuff still happens to them, even though they're always in the media, on the TV, you know, and that's how we see them. You know, these guys still have stuff like this happen. And yeah, obviously, big up Gakpo, massive goal in just a horrible moment, you know. What a crazy juxtaposition, right? Such a terrible thing to happen in your personal life, but you're also playing in a World Cup.
But the guy came back. You could see how much he meant.
That's crazy.
He meant to him, even though that happened. He came back to play for the national team.
Yeah.
I thought that was fitting that he scored, and I hope now he can. Even though they've been eliminated, which wasn't, I hope he can now take the time to grieve and so hope
kind of take some time away from everything.
From the football, and just touching on the other game with the Brazil game, I thought your boy Anton called it. I hope he did mention it on the terrace, Jake, when you were with him on the show. I did. I was like, yes. As soon as he scored, I was like, Anton were right. So he did call out Martinelli. I thought Hendrick looked dangerous, even though Ancelotti doesn't like him as much.
I don't know what that is, man.
I think he looked dangerous when he came on.
He did.
And we're going to miss the Japanese fans. Who's going to clean up after themselves? You know.
Did you see the meme where it said the stadium, like people that are like actually paid to clean, or like, and they're all like, no, the Japanese have left. All the cleaning staff are like, no. The Dutch keeper kicked the ball in after. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That was sometimes it's luck, you know, it's a lottery, it's penalties. So as you can see, and I feel sorry for the Japanese. I think they played well, but obviously Brazil with that little bit more quality. Don Carlo with the substitutions, the tactical now. So I thought that's when it shows. That's when the experience shows in the knockouts, not when he cut. So I thought, and I've always said that Brazil will show more in the knockouts. In the group stage, they don't need to show it as much. So I think there'll be. I think he'll use some tactical changes in the next match coming up. I don't think he's
Does Nelly start? Does Martinelli start?
No, he's good off the bench, mate. He's good off the bench. And I thought they had a really good game. I thought Winnie again had a great game. The defense looked solid. I give them that. Apart from that goal, I think Japan were going to trouble any team, but I thought Brazil controlled them well, and they just needed those moments of magic, which they did. Like I said, I think this is a more functional Brazilian team than the ones from the past. I've always said that it's not. It's very it's not the Hugo Bonito that we know, but it is what it is. I think they got further than the Germans, just put it that way. So
yes, cheers to that, of course. Nez, what you thinking, man? What you thinking about Brazil, Japan?
Well, you know, in my opinion, based on the day, but just focusing on this game, the way this was going was like a warning shot across the bow for the rest of the day, because it was very realistic that Japan could have gone through. I mean, the way they played the second half was obviously something different, but I want to give like Vinny a lot of credit. Like Vinny played really, really well. Like, and the thing about it is, even though, you know, maybe it's sort of like the dude from Ted Lasso. I mean, Vinny is Vinny, but like where like the way he looks for his club and the way he looks for his country are very different. Because Vinny has been like, this is the type of Vinny you would want on your club team. Like just the work rate, the running back, the pulling strings, being everything that he is, like literally being the world-class guy. And Brazil gutted it out, which, you know, is a big deal because the not playing Endrick part is very confusing. Like, I think he clearly should probably be starting games, so they're less likely in these scenarios. But because if you noticed, Ancelotti didn't celebrate at all from any goal. Like, I mean, I think he was thinking more sort of on the tactical side of, like, we got to get this right now, because I mean, obviously they're going to play the winner of the Côte d'Ivoire and Norway, and I think there's a little less allowing sort of those things to go through, especially watching what followed their games, and that
just the person I was talking about.
Just to kind of look at, like, hey man, every team that's in this stage, whether we believe it on paper or not, belongs here, and because that's the case, you really have to make sure you play well. So I think Brazil had a nice little warning shot, and hopefully, the other heavyweights recognize that legacy is insufficient to get you across the line. You have to actually have that work there. So when people are talking about the samba sexiness missing from the Brazilian team, people need to understand, like, one, you need somebody to pull you up and just gut it out. And then this is where I give, again, like, Martinelli stepped up, huge goal. And the fact that somebody was trying to look to see if it was offside, I'm like, this is the most onside goal ever. Like,
yeah, it was.
I mean, ever. And so, he stepped up. And again, it's just, I think it's like the dude from Ted Lasso, when you put that national team shirt on.
Danny.
If you really believe in the Kool-Aid that your country is cooking, then you really need to make sure that you play that way. And they played that way. And so just focusing on this Brazil game, it was a good game. Respect to Japan, but you saw they kind of like slid back into their shells towards the end of the game. And I think that was
this year, like Lumen saying about the low block with the counterattacking.
Yeah, it just they kind of, I mean, and it was funny because I don't know if their manager quit. I know the manager, like, obviously respected the crowd and all that stuff, and the supporters after, but it was different. Like, they looked like a different team, and I think what happens is teams get in their heads and they start playing different because the moment gets too big. Whereas I think Brazil, because of just the number of guys that have been in pressure situations, and because it's less for a paycheck and more for your pride, that they summoned what was need to be summoned to pull this one out. And again, I think they know now, especially after watching some heavyweights go down, that you need to, one, not play for penalties, because I'll talk about that when we cover the other stuff. Can we not play for penalties? And two, if you got a chance to close the game and you have aura farm and aura in the goal, just get it done. Just get it done.
Absolutely. Big up the chat, guys. Big up Lumen. Big up SC. Thanks for being here. Big up Machida, Mom, of course.
What happened to your shout out about the Germans beating the French?
Oh, SC.
Man, they couldn't even beat the Paraguayans. I know they had the goal ruled out for a little a tap, so to speak, on the goalkeeper, which I think Germany should have scored that one. That should have been
we'll
the guy had
to
like
that,
a delayed
of course.
reaction.
What about this one here, though? Before we wrap up on the Brazil stuff,
João Pedro.
I mean, I think that for me, Japan approached this game like they approached all the other games in this tournament. They did, what they thought needed to be done. They kind of felt out what Brazil were doing, and they did sit back and kind of kept Brazil in front of them. And then it's weird to me because they were happy with the game state, until they had to go in and score. And then they definitely looked like they were playing for pins. But as far as not bringing João Pedro, I mean, it feels that way because Rafinha's gone down and Neymar can't go or whatever, But, I mean, Ryan came in and did well. Endrick looked good. Martinelli came in and got the goal. I mean.
Well, and just to chime in on that, and I'm being honest, I'm it's no disrespect to the talking point, but I think we're at the point where we got to kind of let it go about who's not on the team. We're here. Like, we're in the knockouts. And hey, the guys that needed to be there, like Endrick came in. Endrick did what he was supposed to do. Other guys stepped up. Martinelli came in on his sub, did what he needed.
I disagree. I disagree.
Well, let me finish, man. You can't disagree if I give you the whole point yet.
I'm gonna give you what you say what you think, but then I'm bringing up England in this regard when you come back.
But again, but you're presuming in that. So to finish, like, at this point we're in the knockouts, and the guys got to sum it up what they got to sum it up. Hey, at this point, if you're a player, we did the group thing. This person would have been beneficial to be here. If you made it out the group, good. Now it's the point, hey, man, it really doesn't matter. Like, at this point, there's nothing you can do about it. So, for example, respectfully, talking about Yao Pedro, yeah, that's cool, but Endrick stepped in, Martinelli played, so they won. And again, sort of living in nostalgia of like, well, these other players are not here. Well, guess what? It's not 19 whatever. It's not whatever. It's 2026, and we got to play what we got to play. And what it looks like is if they can make a run, will it matter? Right? Will it even matter? So they won the game, whereas Netherlands probably brought their best team. Hey, man, Germany probably brought the best they could bring. So you kind of look at it and you say, at the end of the day, the World Cup is where stars are essentially made. So you give these guys a chance to be a star, and you go from there.
Oh, okay. Man, have you finished? Machina Joe, what's one João Pedro? He says, I think they can win the World Cup with Martinelli. We'll see. Go ahead.
I think I understand and I agree somewhat with your point of view, but it's difficult to look. You're with a manager. You live and die by your squad selection. So, and people can say yes, this player, that player, but if you're bringing a glass right back like Reece James to a World Cup, and you don't have another right back like Trent on the bench, instead you bring you're bringing Kwanzaa to play right back.
Who also went down.
Yeah, who also went down. And, and you're playing Madueke. That's, for me, yes, that's, those are questionable.
Hey, don't be comparing Martinelli to Madueke. Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not comparing. I think Martinelli is a much better
player. Like, for example, the Madueke point is about squad selection, because there's better guys in the team right now that could start over him. So that's not about you left at home. That's about you're not picking the right team.
But even the players he's left at home, though.
And I hear what you're saying, but my point is, you got a team. Well, are there players in the team right now better than Madueke? Yes, play them. Now, if you played them and then they don't perform, then you can say, okay.
Yeah, but what about the Reece James point?
Well, for Reece James, I mean, at the end of the day, first, they're not playing really traditional, and it's about shape. This is about the management. Play three at the back.
Tuchel's done it before.
So it's at this point, group stage, I get it. But I'm talking about now. At this point in the thing, you got what you got, man.
No, I understand that, but when these teams are playing those lower blocks, we need someone like Trent for that. Well,
and I agree with you. So I'm not disagreeing about Trent needing to go, because I said that. But like, now that we're in the group, I'm standing on the point that it's kind of like
it's like if Congo beat us, just for example. I'm not saying,
it's one. We all know Trent can't defend. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend that, okay, yes, going forward we need Trent for because he puts great balls in the box.
Congo not gonna be.
Let me finish now. So he puts good things, his balls in the box and stuff. He's attacking. But what do we do when he faces a winger that cooks him? Because he's not a defender. So we have to make sure we understand. And then it goes to my point about three in the back. Because again, he's not a defender. So okay, yes, Trent. It would have been great to be there, but at the same time, he's also a liability. So then, say he gets cooked by somebody, then he gets cooked for, man, why'd you bring him? He's not even a good defender. At this point, you're in the group stage. You got who you got, and I 1,000% agree about Reece. We know Reece is made out of glass. Like, we know this. We know you are absolutely 1,000% right about that.
No, I think. Against Congo, you're talking about group stages, but I think even against Congo, I don't think they're going to be attacking as much against us. So, which is why I think he would have been useful in this game as well. Okay,
But
maybe not.
that's about squad selection.
But he's still going to be useful going forward. The point is, if you bring Trent and play Trent, you then have to tactically account for the fact that your right side is going to get cooked. You're going to have to do something to make up for that. Is the point, And even if you make the right selections, think about it. If you did bring the right selections, you would have to not play Trent to keep your normal tactics.
You wouldn't
but if you
necessarily
played Trent, you would have to switch up the tactics.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily have to play him from the start either.
Well, but and I agree. Like, I think he'd be a great sub. He'd be a great add-on when you just throwing everything at the wall. But I mean, if you make the right selection to start the game, you might not even need that. You might not even need it. Like, because to support your point while countering my own is if they brought Cole Palmer or Phil Foden, but at the same breath, they both were bad. So there's a logic behind not bringing them, but you lack creativity. But then when you keep starting the lineup that don't have no creativity, and then you bring creativity off the bench, that's squad selection. That's on the manager.
And the way this relates to the Brazil team is something that I haven't really heard anyone speaking about when it comes to João Pedro, is that they have Matheus Cunha. And so Ancelotti wouldn't be switching up the tactics if he brought João Pedro. But Matheus Cunha is cooking, man. He's looking good in that false nine. And so it's the same. So in Carlo's mind, he's got a João Pedro. Now you can argue, and we don't need to do it, about who's better, João Pedro or Cunha, but he's got that profile. He's got that false nine. And so Ancelotti wouldn't have to change tactics if he would have brought João Pedro. But my point is, he doesn't need him because Cunha can play that role. And he's already got a forward like Thiago to give a different profile if they don't want to play a false nine. So when it comes to João Pedro and Carlo, it's kind of like a luxury to have him. It's kind of in excess of, you know what I mean, of what he needs. But segues are really weird. Brazil, Italy, and Germany are not what they used to be. Neither is France. Yeah, well, when I was growing up, France was winning the World Cup, so I guess they are still what they are. Then what they are. I was 7 when they won the '98 World Cup, is what I'm saying. So they're still kind of awesome. German tears are beautiful. Germany defeat was similar to England defeat. Yes, it was. Yes, indeed it was. And
now they know what you like to get knocked out on penalties.
Yeah.
So.
And I was not aware that the Chinese government has beef with Messi. I don't know what this one's all about. And they're
really
censoring his name in the I haven't heard anything about this.
Okay.
Let me just drop a quick point on Messi here. Now, I'm not a Messi hater, but hey, man, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You all know I have no belief in GOATs. I think that's silly, but I'm gonna give Messi a lot of credit. This MFer has been amazing every time he stepped on the field, man. Every time he stepped on the field, he's been absolutely amazing. That's all. I don't have anything else.
Hey, Machina Joe, man, I wasn't trying to make you feel old, buddy. I wasn't trying to make you feel old at all.
I respectfully, I agree with Machina Joe's point. I mean, I am old, so I agree.
Well, let us see field this one.
Apart from the French one, because the French from '98 onwards have been.
Well, it's been hot and cold, hasn't it? Because 2002 was a disaster.
2002 was a disaster.
2006 was the final, and then 2010 was a mutiny.
But I think they've had good players even going into those tournaments. I know outside distractions or whatever, but even then, when they in 2002, they could have. Yeah. I think they're gonna go on, and especially with Zidane. It looks like he's gonna be the new manager. He's gonna have
the next manager.
So I think they're the ones to.
Yeah. To that point about you said was Germany, France, and who? What was the 3 countries?
Italy.
Oh, so I'm glad that Italy is going to make my point. So the fact that those teams are not what they were, one says about something special about the evolution of football, and 2, the Italy manager who said that the African continent got too many teams in. I'm just saying that the African continent is looking quite good right now because guess what? Football is absolutely global. And just because there's not TVs down there and the same money down there, if we look at the African ballers, they've been absolutely balling out because you got the African continent, and then you have African immigration, aka France. So let's just make sure we understand that at some point, when the children in the African continent and the 50 plus countries see people who look like them balling out, and they believe, hey, I can be that guy. You start having countries put together, even if they have only a couple of million, they find a way to find 22 guys to put together a team and compete. And that's what they're doing. Now, again, I don't know, but like, I'm glad we're evolving. I'm absolutely glad we're evolving, that other places are doing well. Now, hey, maybe the Asian continent, the largest continent in the world, will find a way to start getting 11 guys, or at least 22 or something together, and they kind of go from there. But like, I think the evolution's been beautiful. South America has been representing really well, and I mean other non-traditional South American countries. So yeah, man. So while it's not the same, hey man, we got computers in our hands. So, you know, there's that too.
With Machino Joe, when he's talking about France and Spain not winning as much, when they did have great teams back in the day. It's not like they didn't have good teams. It's just the fact that they didn't win. They still had, for example, the French had Platini. They were winning at that
Jules
point.
Fontaine had the World Cup goal record forever, didn't he?
Spain had a really good team. They were always dark horses before tournaments, like when they had Raúl González, for example, Hierro. But they never quite managed to do it until it clicked to them. Then Villa, Torres, they actually had a striker, and then it all started clicking. So,
yeah, but that's to your point, Asif. That's also kind of connected to the point I'm making about the continent. Is other countries are starting to see, hey, I'm seeing myself in this. I'm making ballers, because those early days of the World Cup was Brazil, Uruguay, Germany. That's it. That's who was winning, and then the world was like, hey, I can be that.
USA semifinals 1930. Go ahead,
man. If you don't get out of 1930s, man, what are we doing? So, but you're starting to see, you're starting to see other
Uruguay haven't won since 1950.
But like the field is becoming a little more equal, because like, for example, I think Anton brought this up yesterday, but he made a mention about Nick Wright, and the funny thing about it is I watched First Thing First. They jump on here and shout this show out. They were talking heavy. Now, I mean, obviously, some of these guys are really, they're new to football, which is cool, because if they start talking about football more regularly, that'll be great, and they'll be more informed in their opinions. But just sort of knowing the depth of it, when they were talking about, for example, Christian Pulisic being the best player, and they said, well, the United States won without their best player. Here's a funny thing that people don't want to have, and it's a very uncomfortable discussion. The USA is great without him. He's a good player, but I don't know if he's like head and shoulders the best player on the team. I don't know if that's true. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I mean, he's a great attacking player, but is he the most complete player we have on the team? Because, I mean, I got some guys showing up in this World Cup saying, hey, I'm on that level too. And Pulisic didn't have like a really great campaign in the league. He started his year off well, but in the league before the World Cup, he wasn't looking great.
I mean, he's suffered. Let's not be
no. That's what I'm
saying. A pretty bad injury mid-season.
But we can go through the team and say this guy had an injury and that guy. So again, I'm not taking it away from Christian Pulisic, because Christian Pulisic is the face of the team. But is he the best player? I don't know, because they've looked good. Right, and so you look at it.
Balogun might have
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's
Weston McKennie's
been looking great, and if we go back and we look at McKennie during the league season, this is consistent form for him. This is how he plays. So this is where I'm saying, if the United States have enough guys where we're like, this is the best guy, but then there's sort of side mumbling like, but is he the best guy? There's some other guys. That means that there's other guys stepping up to the level. And that means these national teams are better than what we are, which means today's games are going to be absolutely, and I hope, unpredictable.
Electric.
Now, the real quick thing, because we didn't do the third game yet, the penalty shootouts. Now, I mean, I saw a comment that was the great penalty shootouts. Those were the worst penalty shootouts I've ever seen in my entire life. coaching the game, dude, I don't know what that was. I don't know what I saw. Those were awful. Hey, man, the post was on fire yesterday.
For the neutral though, and for someone that really hates Germany like my mom does, it was a great penalty shootout.
For sure.
I agree with Nez. Apart from there was a couple of Dutch penalties I thought that were pretty good.
But most of them were awful.
But
George Weah,
I agree actually with Machine Joe for the African player.
Yeah.
George Weah was a machine. So
absolutely. Lumen says
so we got that on.
Yeah. Lumen says João Pedro's a menace and they just might miss him. We will see, of course. Mom says she is agreeing with that one. I do want to ask your guys' opinion about the disallowed goal for the Germans.
I've already said it. It was the guy tapped. He had a delayed reaction and just went down. I actually thought that was a goal personally.
Well, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? I have to be consistent. You know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say.
Look, the rules have changed, though, Jake. So don't be saying that.
It's 6 months.
For this World Cup.
The rules didn't change. They just didn't call the rules the same.
It was a goal, yes.
Ever since West Ham, if you breathe on the goalkeeper, if you look at the goalkeeper funny, they're going to call a foul. Now, is that right? Is that right? Is that what it should be? You know, that is an opinion. That is something that you can have an opinion on.
Go back and then
but by the letter of the law, he's pushed the goalkeeper. He's literally purposefully impeded the goalkeeper. Now, what makes it weird is that the goalkeeper was able to get up and face the shot. And so that's why it's like
I have to disagree, Jake. I have to disagree. First of all, it's a contact sport. The guy's gonna get pushed now and again. It is what it is. You can't go down. Oh, he touched me. Oh, what? No, it's a contact sport.
Now, I don't think he did that. He got pushed down because he got right back.
Pushed down. He made a. If you look at the replay, when he slowed it down, he went like that, and he thought no one's taking a. He went down and he thought no one's taking heed of what I'm saying, and then he got up straight away.
That is a very, very.
I don't know, because that's a huge. As a keeper, that's a giant gamble to expect them to call that foul.
He didn't fall down, Asif. He didn't fall down, Asif. He turned. He turned with the ball. He turned as he was watching the ball, and the defender stood in his way purposefully. There maybe was even a little bit of this.
Oh no, he pushed him,
and he falls down. And he falls down.
I don't know. Hey,
he just made more of it than he should have been.
He did make a meal of it. But I mean, I'm supporting Jake on this one. By the letter of the law, he pushed the keeper.
That's why.
It's a foul.
Push it. And then And Jake, Arsenal have been doing that all season, bro. No, please.
That's what Jurgen Klopp actually gave an interview and said that he says if that's a disallowed goal, Arsenal should have finished fourth or something. He said something like that. We've been doing that all season. We have not been fouling the goalkeeper intentionally all season.
It's accidentally? You foul him accidentally?
We foul him accidentally. It's a fine line that we...
Get out of here, man.
You accidentally turn your back to him.
It's accidentally. Come on, man.
Here's why this one is so controversial, is because when you if you really look at it in slow motion, the push is... really, you could argue as Asif is that it's negligible, but here's the thing: what actually happened is, and I know we've all done this in any sport really. The goalkeeper's not looking at Anton; he's not looking at the defender, at the attacker at all. And so when he turns, he runs into him. He absolutely runs into him because he's there. Right, and he's in the space that the goalkeeper is then trying to move, and so really it's a collision, and he falls over. Now, and now the referees have obviously interpreted it as any little tiny twitch of the shoulder is an initiation of contact from the attacker, What really happens for me, and it's always going to be a foul when this happens, is that the goalkeeper just didn't know he was there. He just didn't know he was there. And so he turns and runs into him, and you can't occupy the same space as another human at this, you know what I mean? And so he falls over or whatever. But in the referee's eyes, it definitely looks like the attacker has pushed him over. What's so crazy about it, though, like, here's the kicker. If the keeper gets up and saves that,
it's nothing. They don't even.
No one says a thing. No one says a thing.
And like say, to your point, Jake, he did get up.
If you could take it, you might as well then just, yeah, it's a contact sport. I really
it'd be far more clear cut if he didn't get up.
Yeah, that's, and because he got up and got his hand like right under the ball, like, so it was, but I think to the referee's point, and I'm gonna give the referees credit in this World Cup, they've been pretty consistent about this. I mean, if I'm watching that and I'm a ref and I see the guy get knocked down or fall down or whatever, but contact from another person helped him fall, and he got up and he almost saved it. In my mind, I'm like, well, if he never has that contact, he makes the save. And so I have to call the foul, because if he's never touched, he makes the save, because clearly he's reading the ball correctly. So he makes the save because he was there.
And that's what it comes down to.
That's why I think that's why
it comes down to in the end. If David Raya's arm is not pulled down,
right, he makes the save.
He makes the save versus West Ham.
If the homie didn't get Arsenal over,
if Arsenal never accidentally fouls the goalkeeper.
Now that's different. Because see, I'm not arguing the Raya foul. Like, I agree.
You guys have been. I agree with Klopp. You guys have been. Yeah.
No, what you mean? Like, I agree. Like, the thing is, if the league quickly in the league, if the league had called every Arsenal a corner or set piece like they called the foul on Ryan because he was fouled, then yes, Klopp's point, kind of, you can ask questions about permutations of the past. But the league's done. Arsenal are the champion. Respect to Arsenal. Hey man, the World Cup's the World Cup. Just stay consistent with this, because if you don't, now if they go and have another game and they don't call this, I'm tinfoil hatting them with a C 1,000% if they don't call the same thing when it happens again, because it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again.
It's going to happen again, and they're not going to call it. And I'm telling you now.
And I'll be right there
with you. It's going to be a Messi goal. It's going to be a Leo Messi goal, and they're not going to call it. Or it's going to be a Cristiano Ronaldo goal, and they're going to take it away from him.
Sir, pause. What Cristiano Ronaldo goal? He's not scored. He out there with his walker looking like what? Hey, this is why I gave Messi props, because the funny thing is Portugal's performances have been really poor because their midfielders trying to give service to a guy that stays offside, doesn't run, and is literally in places where he doesn't benefit the team as a striker. I'm going to leave that there.
And we've obviously spent a lot of time here on the Germans, but I definitely want to big up the Paraguayans, man. They came with a game plan.
Yes.
They executed that game plan.
Take the day off.
They've got a national holiday. And I want to shout out Gustavo Gomez, the captain. He is my spirit animal. The pictures of this guy at the end of the game are absolute gold dust. Go back and check out the thumbnail that I've put on this video. And oh my God, I love it. Just the absolute, in every photo they got of him, they meant like the one where he jumps on Enciso's shoulders when Enciso scored, and it's like just the pure, unbridled, raw emotion, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's one of the reasons that this tournament, this competition, is by far and away the best one that there is for me. Absolutely incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible stuff. But what was Ronald Koeman doing?
Bruh.
What was Ronald Koeman doing? Taking off Brian Brobby for Wout Weghorst.
Dutch total football.
We haven't seen Weghorst all tournament. Why, when the tournament's on the line?
He scored his penalty.
Yeah.
Hey man, if we got to give him something, because hey man, that penalty shootout.
As soon as he made those substitutions, they scored, Jake.
Oh come on! And was that because Wout Weghorst? Is that because Wout Weghorst dribbled three guys? Yeah, because Wout Wout Weghorst, your favorite player from Manchester United of all time, comes in, dribbles 3 guys, samba dances past another one, and slots it into the back of the net. Is that what we saw?
Man United wanted to buy Weghorst, they go ahead and they can buy him, and they can waste their money. I have no.
They've already done it. They've already done that. Remember?
Yes, I know.
Eric Ten Hag.
I hope they buy 10 more Weghorsts.
So you're making my point. You're making my point. Why the hell did Koeman put him in? Why would you not leave Robbie?
A different profile of player, Jake, that he thought would be more helpful in that situation.
He wasn't.
Van Gaal, he worked to good effect for Van Gaal when he used to do it in the previous World Cup.
Yeah, I guess, man. That's I was shocked by that.
I'm sure you remember when he used to come on for the Dutch the last World Cup. He did something then, so he probably thought, okay.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. We were shit in that game versus the Dutch. Don't even get me started on that.
Outside of that, my biggest issue with the Dutch is they literally were playing for penalties in the end. And
they were.
Man, I've never ever seen a team play for penalties where that worked out for them. Hey man, you better go win the game.
The King said it, man. The King said it. Thierry Henry said it 3 different times. He said it at the end of the game. He said it at the end of the first period of extra time, and he said it at the end of the second period. And he immediately said, when teams play for just like what you said, when teams play for penalties, it's bad news bears.
This is why I'm going back to that mathematician now. This is why mathematics and football don't mix.
Tell me why. What's up, Charles? Hope you're well. Tell me why Virgil van Disney counted himself out of the penalty kicks. Is that chickening out? Euro 2020 really Rashford, Sancho, Saka.
It's not a Liverpool game, so if he did it for the Dutch, I don't really care.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. First, to answer the Van Dijk thing, why didn't he take a penalty? It's similar to what game was it where he's like, why is a defender taking one of the first penalties? So first, why I'm not putting a defender up there to go first. Period.
If he wanted to do that, he's feeling confident.
He had just seen Jonathan Tah, try to match Harry Kane's penalty.
Again, defenders. Like, what do we do?
Defenders are not strikers. They're not midfielders.
Your attacking players should go first anyways.
I agree, 100%.
Period. So
why did
I'm the captain of the team, if I suck, hey, man, as a captain, it's also leading and knowing what I'm not good at. You know what I'm saying?
Backs don't usually take penalties.
Especially not in the first 6.
Normally a wing back who normally does it more for
I don't know. Yeah,
before the centre back does. But
did Dumfries take a penalty? Did Denzel Dumfries take a pen? I would have preferred him for Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, I didn't even look. I haven't looked.
So I mean, if we want to pile on Van Dijk, I'm fine with that. I'm not bothered by that at all. But I'm not gonna.
But I think centre backs are usually the.
Yeah, man. I'm not getting on the center half for not taking a penalty, man. Like, hey,
look and see. This is wild. It's wild to me that the Dutch were obviously playing for penalties, right? But when you think about who should be taking penalties for that Dutch side, look at this lineup. Koop Miners. Okay, I'll give you Koop Miners. Justin Kluivert. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
But Wout Weghorst, Quentin Timber. I don't know. Am I frozen?
No, you're good. Okay, now he's frozen. Okay, now you're choppy.
Are we back?
Yes, you're back. No, okay, you're not back.
Okay, I'm not back. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Well, your voice is back.
Well, if you can hear my voice, maybe that's fine. We'll just keep going with my voice. But yeah, man, Wout Weghorst, Quentin Timber. I mean, and then they saved Somerville's. I guess okay, but when you look at the other side, I mean, Hakimi took one. Saibari, the guy who's been crushing it, he's had a very good tournament. Came in and got the last one, and you definitely want your best player taking one of the last ones to win it. And they had Hakimi and Saibari, two of their best offensive players taking their last kicks.
Well, I mean, what?
No, you could tell what he meant to him and to the Moroccan team, and I thought that was they were well prepared, and they didn't let anything
Well, you know the funny.
get to them. I don't know if you saw it on the UST side, but they were like praying before the actual penalties as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, you know that this Virgil van Dijk with the history as a pen taker and he's a captain. But here's the thing, man. If you watched Virgil van Dijk's body language after the equalizer, the whole time he's going up and down the field, he's doing this. Like he was in a state of disbelief for most of the game after the equalizer came. And then if we account for the team looking like they're playing for penalties, I mean, again, I mean, they lost, and the penalties were awful penalties. Awful.
I hear that. Planning for you need your first 5, but you also need to kind of have a plan for what happened. You have to have a plan for it all right?
Well, do you not plan for that? I feel like once you hit the knockout rounds, you have to kind of know that's an option. Like if you're not planning for that, that's poor management, right? Like what manager is not prepping to say, okay, this game goes to extra time. Who thinks they wanted to, be the first 5? How do we handle this in the 90 and in the second 30? Like I feel like that's management again.
Yeah. SC says Coleman dropping Reinders was a mistake.
I mean, all he would have done is this, right? So it's just whatever. I'm throwing shots at, a City player, but that's what he does, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he hasn't been lighting it up, has he?
I don't know.
But, of course.
But credit to Morocco.
Home. Morocco's through.
Yes.
I don't know what is going on, with my internet. Am I frozen again? I'm frozen again. We're having technical difficulties.
It's the Dutch. They're hating on us because we're making fun of them. Because Asif said the counting man was wrong. And so now this counting man is finding a way to jump in here. He's like, ain't nobody going to slander my name. Type, abacus. It's you're wrong, sir. You're wrong, sir.
Oh, man. Yeah, you have to practice penalties. I think I'm back.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes.
All right. Let's create the mischance creation. Yep. It's a sad story for the men in orange, that's for sure. But, of course, the Moroccans are going to be very tough it's Canada, actually. Yep. Morocco will play Canada.
They're going to beat Canada.
Next match.
They're going to beat them.
Absolutely will do. But, of course, the tournament, this match was FIFA 6 vs. 7. Obviously, another celebration, but Germany going to Paris, national embarrassment. Yep, yes, absolutely. It was a national embarrassment. Will there be more national embarrassment today? Woo! Probably not. But Ivory Coast versus Norway. Woo. Woo.
Like, is there a favorite? I'm guessing Norway's the favorite, right? But is there a favorite?
That's going to be a game.
Let me look at DraftKings.
So it looks like Norway's the favorite, and then a draw or extra time is the second, and Ivory Coast is third.
If we're doing predictions, I'm picking my dark horses. I'm going with my dark horses.
Yeah, of course you got to go with Norway. This is going to be a fun game because Norway are not necessarily the greatest defensively.
Right.
Obviously, have incredible attacking power, but Ivory Coast, they're going to run with you. They're going both ways. So yeah, according to DraftKings, to qualify is neg 180 for Norway. So they do expect Norway to go through, but it looks like the bookies expect overtime.
Well, the funny thing is, a real quick note, because I've also seen this from respectfully labeled the soccer casuals or the football casuals. A lot of people were sort of like getting on Holland for like, hey, well, why'd Holland duck France? Why didn't he play? Messi played. Timeout. First of all, let's go ahead and correct this right now. If the manager don't select you for a game, that's not on the player to be like, hey, manager, go in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm Holland. I need to score goals. Like, what are we talking about, right? Like, that's the crazy. This is not basketball or any of them other sports where you say, hey, coach, put me in. I'm going to fight you. Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? And Messi, the reason Messi went in the game, if people are understanding, because they're using the Messi comparison, one, Messi walks around the field, right? right? We're gonna just keep it real. He walks around and he doesn't realistically score a goal if he doesn't take that free kick, which the goalkeeper positioned himself very poorly for. So for that, let's just go ahead and understand that there's always a little bit of messy magic that's at play that gets sprinkled on games. But let's be honest and not compare Haaland to Messi, because Haaland has lifetimes to go to get to equal Messi's legacy and the aura that he has on the field. But second, I mean, realistically, if they win the group, it doesn't really. Okay, they play Sweden. They're still playing today, right? And it doesn't really change much of anything, right? So I don't think that matters. But to go at Haaland and say, he ducked France, okay, that seems silly. But you don't know how sports works and how the players are not going to just walk up to the national team manager and say, "Put me in the game." What are we doing that for?
Yeah, I agree, and I agree with this comment. The game is going to be very, very closely contested. A lot of speed for the Ivorians. Of course, the likes of Diamande, who has rejected Asif. I don't know what Asif said to him. I don't know what you did, man, but he's not feeling the Liverpool love.
PSG, right?
That's what he said.
Yeah,
he said he's
like
chosen
PSG.
So we'll see on that one.
Against that team, I think Haaland should at least get one. Against
Haaland's nailed on to score. Yeah.
Well, Haaland scored every game he played, so yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you look at it, they should be able to outscore them, even if it's.
Was he really? I did not know this, Machina Joe. Full of growth hormones. Was that when he was a child? Because he was so small.
When he was
when he was a kid, they did that.
Yeah. Here,
that is true.
Heard that. But yeah, man, I think that in this game, it's going to be interesting to see how the Ivorians approach it, because if they do just kind of skip the midfield and go at Norway down the sides, there's going to be some real trouble for that Norwegian defense. And it's going to come down to, for me, how well the Norwegians get Erling Haaland into the game. How much can Martin Odegaard control the game? And with the likes of Frank Kessie in there in the middle.
You don't get this many rejections. I don't know about you, Charles, but I don't use it a bit. But yeah, whatever.
What happened? Well, I'm confused.
That's your experience. But
Charles is saying so many players are rejecting Liverpool these days. Is it that many for Asif on tender?
It's a player.
Jesus Christ.
You can't really go then and say.
First of all, Asif goes to airports and bus stations and the regular street, and he finds someone to be his best friend anyways. Asif don't need apps. But I'm going to support my homeboy on that one.
Yeah, Asif's down in Colombia, on the lookout.
he walks outside and he got his own aura farming. He'll go to the gym and he'll chat somebody up. He's an in-person guy.
There you go. But I think this game is definitely going to be won by who can control the midfield. If Norway can get Martin Odegaard on the ball and have and let him really affect the game, I think that the power up front for Norway is going to be a bit too much. And so, I think Norway will edge this one. But, I mean, who knows? Who knows what a sucker punch might do? Because say the Ivorians score.
Ivory Coast out, especially after yesterday, I think.
Yeah. What if they score first, right?
Exactly.
I think if Ivory Coast scores first, this going to be like a 3-2 game. I think it's going to be a bunch of goals if Ivory Coast scores first.
I can see that for sure, because it'll suit the Ivorians to sit and counter against Norway's. And I mean, is it just going to be spam crosses in because we're bigger than they are?
Yep.
So
I'm here for all of that.
Yeah. The next matchup. Oh, go ahead, Asif.
No, I was just
talk about Sorloth.
Yep. You've got that advantage. You're going to use it. So, especially that
Absolutely.
guy. I think he's the biggest guy at the tournament.
Yeah. How are you bigger than Erling Haaland? That's crazy, but he is. They got some huge Vikings coming at you for Norway, of course. But the next game, spicy, or is it? Or are we just bye Sweden? Are we just? Is it just a funeral for the Swedish?
This is a funeral for the Swiss. Less.
Sweden.
Sweden.
Like the line is crazy, man. Like that, it's not even close.
Neg 340, it says here
Like
on
I say,
ESPN.
your friend Saliba can decide which defender, which striker should stay. At Arsenal, he'll be taking on Gyökeres this.
Well, he was going to be taking on Germany in the next round, but
Kai, Kai.
whoops.
But it'll be an interesting matchup.
Oh my God, they have France to advance on DraftKings at neg 800.
Yeah, man. I agree. There's no reason they shouldn't win this game.
And it's neg 340 to win in normal time.
No,
That's
I think
massive
I think this will
favorites.
be in normal time. I think the French will win, and I give it normal time as well.
I've never seen France not come ready for a game that they should win. Not one time.
With Dembele, with
what does Sweden even do? Like, what do they even do?
That Sweden defense is paper thin, so
they're gonna hold 5. Like
yes,
like I want to cheer for my boy. I want Gyökeres. I mean, I want him to play well. I want him to do well. I want him to score goals. Obviously, Asif, you have a soft spot for Isak. Want Isak to do well, of course, but the way Sweden have been playing and the fact that they're just solely reliant on Ivory having a good enough game to connect the defense to the attack. We saw that very well when they smashed Tunisia, but we also saw the opposite in their other games, and they really, really, really struggled. And he's going to get marked out of the game. I'm telling you, Rabiot, Chouameni, like the guys that are in there in the middle for France are just going to dog walk him. And then Olise and Mbappe, Dembele, whoever, they're just going to have their way with him.
Well, the thing, again, this is France has made the last 2 World Cup finals. There's no reason, empirical evidence, or any sense to believe that they're not walking this today. No, and they're playing in Jersey. They played like 3 games there. They're basically at home in New York, man. There's no reason to assume that they're not walking this game. And the final's there. So it makes even more sense for them to just be like, hey, we just going to stay here, camp out here in New York. We good. We know this field.
No, like I say, it could be another Dutch beating at the...
Nah, man. Because even in penalties, would you expect Mbappe and Olise and any of those guys to perform that penalty shootout like that? That was awful.
I think it'll be within normal time.
Oh, yeah. I think it'll be done in the first 45.
Yeah, and I think if they're lucky, they might not get a beating like the Netherlands get if they're lucky.
Nah, they need to give it to them. If I'm France, I'm smacking everybody to let them know, hey, man, hey.
And if Olise wants to keep giving those balls to the dictator so he can score me a few more goals, he can go ahead and do it. That's not a problem. And
we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that.
Norway, I'm rooting for my dark horse team, Norway. If I see them getting through this next round, I can see them. Yeah, I can see them winning me our little.
Yo, if Norway win, you play Brazil. So pull back on that a little bit.
Well, hold on now, because I can see Norway giving Brazil a game.
Okay, fair enough. We will, of course, be previewing that game should it happen. But yeah, man, I just can't. I want to see it. I want to see, Gyökeres do well. I want to see Sweden put up a fight. I want to see a game. But this has 4-0 written all over.
Hey, man, Gyökeres does like this, right? And you can see his eyes. Well, you're going to have to pull that up a little further because they pulling pants down and they just violating, man. Because that's what's happening. That's what's happening today.
I honestly, I just don't see anything else. I can't even see anything else happening.
Because if they do, when I tell you, if this is not the most Messi-friendly World Cup ever.
For real. I hear that. I definitely hear that. And we thought it couldn't get worse than Qatar, but that just leaves a massive, massive game at the Azteca.
Woo! This is going to be.
This one I will be keeping an eye on.
This is must-see TV.
This is gonna be epic, dude.
But
Must see TV.
I've said it.
How do Ecuador manage?
I think from a few podcasts ago, I've said it. Mexico to go through to the next round. I've said it. I've called it for a few days now. So yeah.
Now, hey, Asif, I'm looking on football. Hey, football sponsor. Mexico haven't won a World Cup knockout match since 1986.
You know what else though? You want another stat? You want another stat, Nez? In all competitions, in all of history, Mexico have lost at the Azteca Stadium twice. 89 competitive matches for Mexico at the Azteca Stadium. They've lost twice.
Yeah.
And guess what, Asif? If you beat the Congo, guess where you get to go next?
Yeah.
If England beat Congo and Mexico do what we expect tonight, guess where England get to go?
That's what this is what I said.
And they 1,000% ain't winning there. They're not winning there. If they win this game.
This is what I say, Jake. When the only positive thing I can see from that is they're not going to play 4-5 behind the ball against England. That's the only positive I see.
Yeah, but Ecuador is going to play 6, 7, 8 man behind the ball in this game versus Mexico. That's for sure. For sure are.
So do we Congo gonna
they're gonna do Congo are gonna do the same thing to you as well.
So do we think Mexico is just gonna? We think they're through.
I mean,
Mexico, for me, yes.
It's going to be a tough game. It's actually going to be a tough game for them. I don't think that they're necessarily just going to be lighting it up and breaking down Ecuador every single attack. You know, Ecuador do defend well, the likes of Hincapié, Pacho, Caicedo, of course. And so they're definitely going to give it a run. But I can't think of a better home field advantage. Yes, Lumen, USA have never lost at Seattle.
It ain't Azteca.
That's fine, but that ain't Azteca, man.
All over Mexico after today.
Hey, man, Charles said something about the Avengers Infinity War, and this is what Endgame. Hey, I'm going to put it like this. Mexico and Azteca is Dragon Ball Z when Goku summoned the Spirit Bomb, because I don't want no smoke with that.
Yeah,
none.
I don't want it. Yeah,
none.
I man, oh man, if England have to go to Azteca, bro.
Well, here's the thing now, again, because
Jake,
we have to account for it.
If I knew we'd be going to the Azteca, I don't mind. I see how those Korean guys were like lighting you up over there. Yeah? I got no problem going to the Azteca.
We're gonna see a C front and center with the Mexican baddies.
Somehow you have
no problem with that. I have no problem.
He'll have a green jersey on. You're like, hey man, Asif, what?
How did Asif get that? Wasn't he on the pod this morning? How's he in Mexico?
Well, what are you doing?
Des knows how I do it. So,
yes, I do. Now, here's the thing, because we got to live the reality in the pod. Hey, man, if Ecuador win this game,
dude,
hey, man, they might not be able to get out of Mexico. They might tear that whole stadium down that they just renovated.
There'll be riots. Yeah, that'll be crazy, man.
Especially if, Asif, you said that the goalkeeper thing is going to happen again. Let the goalkeeper thing happen there. Let it happen there.
If it happened there, there might be a repeat of that Colombian goalkeeper thing that happened. So,
yeah, man, it's going to be interesting, of course, to see. Obviously, Ecuador are going to be hitting them on the break, but Mexico, you know, we can talk about the home field advantage, of course, but they've also played very well. They've definitely played well. They've put it on teams. They've come at teams. You know, they've been definitely energetic, definitely willing to go for it. And I think that's what they're going to do tonight. And I just can't look past what that home field advantage does, like what it really does. You know, it's just going to be so hostile for the Ecuadorians. Like, obviously, I've never played in such an environment. I've never, you know, the closest I've gotten was like going to a rival high school and playing against, you know, the biggest rivals we had in high school, you know, and I've played it a couple of places that were, but this is going to be crazy.
He would absolutely shit himself if he had to give a red card. Just put it that
dude.
way. if he had to give a red card,
that red card to Mexico,
To
because
Mexico.
the refs was fine giving red cards in that first game to everybody else. Now he gave a Mexican red card in that game.
He did.
He would literally need the army to get out of that country.
Yeah, he's gonna.
If Mexico don't win, they gonna need the army to get out. It don't matter. It could be a fair loss. It's gonna still take the army.
I just don't see it, man. I just can't see, like, there's. Yeah, I mean, I heard someone say when they were previewing it yesterday, because I've been listening to all kinds of stuff, that Ecuador should drop Inter Valencia. Their captain, their talisman. I know he's old or whatever, but they got to have an outlet with somebody. They're going to need a way to get out at some point. They're not going to be able to survive 90 minutes of pressure.
I don't think so. Not straight away. I think maybe at the
or maybe they don't start him.
Maybe you might get Paez on, for example. But he scored most of your goals in qualifying. How can you now drop him again in the most important? No, I don't see that happening.
I agree.
Yeah, that's fair. But
man, that's gonna be a game.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be a whole bunch of fun. Asif's gonna be scanning the crowd because I mean you got Mexican baddies, but also I mean I'm sure there's gonna be one little section of yellow of Ecuadorian baddies.
Will there be a section of yellow? I don't know, man. I don't know. And you know the funny thing is, as an Ecuadorian fan, I don't know if I'd want to go in there with my stuff on. Like, I don't know.
Jake, I don't know what you take before. I'm not the kind of guy who's just I concentrate on the football. I can't touch through a screen.
Yeah, I was thinking of you when they were showing they showed the Brazilian chicks and then they immediately went to the Japanese chicks and I was like, oh, Seif's loving this right here. During the water break, I was like, all right.
he watches the football. Sure,
yeah.
He watches the football. Come on, man.
A buddy's a buddy. A buddy's a buddy.
Fair enough. But yeah, man, this is going to be an incredible game. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Charles says Germany didn't lose the World Cup yesterday. Robbed from a title by Americans. The water cost $12 tip, so the team was dehydrated. Fair enough.
Hey, man, the hydration breaks didn't work for them. The commercial time didn't pay them enough.
Yeah, they need some more loot from Fox for all those commercials, that's for sure. But yeah, it's going to be an absolutely incredible day. Holland takes the field again. The dictator, of course, is going to dump on Sweden, and then we have a spicy one tonight at the Azteca. But I think we're going to wrap it up right there. Of course, the Brazilians are through, the Paraguayans are through, the Moroccans are through, and of course, we got a whole slate of games today. It's going to be brilliant. Players are living off of chicky nuggets, says Charles.
What are Dino Nuggets? Because
Dino Nuggets
apparently are the best.
There you go. Hostels. Yeah, they kept playing Tupac.
Well, the funny thing is, did you hear the Mexican fans were at the Ecuadorian hotel and they were up partying and playing music all night there?
Of course. That's just part of it.
You got that bachata salsa at 3 a.m. Even though I don't know if the Ecuadorians would be bothered by that since they're Latino too.
I'm not sure they would. And on that note, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you got the notification bell on. We certainly appreciate you being here. Big up the chat, big up everyone that's been here. Thanks again, and we'll see us next time.